We all know the classic hero, the one who fights for peace against villains who just want the world to crash out. This character will go about this in the most respectable way, either talking it out or trying to understand the villain's point of view, and maybe even attempt the villain to see their side of things. These three are good examples of heroes. Deku always want to protect others no matter what. Naruto protecting a village that didn't even acknowledge him as a child. And Tanjiro on a journey to turn his sister back into a human. Oh, what lovely heroes. But these three are more compelling, controversial, and often misunderstood. These are the anti-heroes.
To you, to Nanali! You think you could ever replace Nanali in my heart? You're an imposter!
Oh, these are basically villains, right? Well, not really. Compared to our heroes who are all for finding the most fair and just way of getting things done, our anti-heroes go about achieving their goals by any means necessary. But their goal is still good within the context of the story, whereas villains, their goal is bad or unjust within the plot. Quick spoiler warning, I will be talking about Attack on Titan, Code Geass, Death Note, and Tokyo Ghoul in detail. Now, why isn't Light Yagami included in this category of antiheroes? Because he's straight up a villain. In the start of the series, after fully understanding the powers of the notebook, he goes on a mass killing spree for whoever he decides is the best to fit his new utopia. From the start of the series, Light is trying to create his new world of people that only he deems fit. This extends to going as far as rewriting his own memories and manipulating his dying father's view of him. As the series goes on, it gets worse and worse. Villains' goals are only shown to be bad, and Light Yagami through and through is just bad. He is not seeking justice, he is only seeking power. Where the anti-hero differs from this is their actions and introductions. Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul was just an average college freshman, then is tragically forced into the world of ghouls who only survive off of the blood of humans and can't enjoy anything else otherwise. Eren from Attack on Titan vows to rid the world of Titans after seeing his mother eaten by one of them as a child. Lelouch from Code Geass being exiled to Japan alongside his sister as a political hostage. Now here's what separates them from regular heroes. Lelouch and Eren have the most similar response, wanting revenge on those who caused them and others so much pain before, but they do this by taking control of how they get there. You see, the anti-hero doesn't wait around for the right moment to get what they want. They take matters into their own hands. With Lelouch, we see it as soon as he gets the power of geass and is able to manipulate people at will. Well, most of the time. Kaneki, his role as an anti-hero is different from the other two. By being forced to be a ghoul rather than taking it into his own hands, Kaneki is a tragic anti-hero, one who is forced into a position and has to learn how to live once again. Now where these three connect is their internal and external conflicts with themselves and others, which makes them have more depth and more connection with the reader or viewer. The connections they form with the audience can be resonating with their internal struggle, or the connection can be one of total disconnect. I remember watching the final season of Attack on Titan and talking to a coworker when Eren was slowly becoming an anti-hero. They were like, "This isn't Eren. I really hope he goes back to himself because it's getting really sad." On top of that, the main discourse on the internet was if Eren is a villain, or is he becoming a villain? Which made him a controversial character. Anti-heroes do something that morally we wouldn't agree with, and sometimes even the character doesn't agree with it. I think the best example of this is shown through Kaneki. As he fights to remain human and is being tortured for days by Jason, he finally cracks and accepts that he is a ghoul. After defeating Jason, he devours him. Before this, he could barely even stand at looking at a dead body, but now he is fully devouring another ghoul. With Eren, it's a bit more blatant. Dude basically flattens the world for his own freedom, but also hopes that his friends would stop him. We see at the end with the conversation between Eren and Armin that Eren's true goal was to free them of the power of the Titans. As he explains on why he acted so distant from them in the last arc, when Armin reminds him of the results of his actions, we finally see the old anxious Eren, who now doesn't want to die and is deeply regretting his actions. With these three, at the end of the story, we know that their intentions were good, but their methods were a bit questionable. Depending on how you see them, these could be great, interesting, well-written characters, or some of the most controversial characters of anime.